Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in Week 3. This will make it into the end zone, and they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. So here's the Viking offense making their way out, and they'll be led out by the man running the show, Charles, their quarterback.
Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Chandler Jones, a former All-Pro, in on the tackle. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
The Vikings send out their punter. Back deep, Tariq Cohen. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Fielded just inside the 30. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. So out come the Cardinals now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the #1 overall pick in the 2019 draft from Oklahoma. It's Kyler Murray.
And he's got to be feeling pretty good about his individual performance from last week's game. I mean, he did throw 4 touchdown passes, so he's in sync with his receivers, and they're very confident. Did have 1 interception.
Yeah, the 1 pick.
And
they lost.
Yeah, so no matter how many touchdowns he threw, if it comes in a loss, he's not going to be satisfied.
The numbers on the ground for Hunt a week ago. 17 carries, 77 yards.
Well, watching the film, we saw that things clicked pretty well for them in the running game last week. No reason to change in my mind. Continue to try and run the football, give it to them early and often in hopes of breaking down the defense so some bigger gains result as the game goes on.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 49.
From the gun, Murray. He'll get this one underneath to Hunt. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Now Hunt. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
This is Hunt.
Hunt again, the ball carrier.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a 1st. This is 3rd down. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column. Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And that one will be no good. He never had it on line. It's well wide to the left, and this will remain a scoreless game. The Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of 1st downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit.
Touchdown, Vikings!
Touchdown,
Justin Jefferson. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead. And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break free.
And receivers love slant routes because it gets the ball in their hands so quickly and oftentimes on the move. And when they're on the move like that, then they get to use their best asset, which is usually their speed.
And their speed sometimes, like this instance, can take them into the end zone. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. On the return, it's Tariq Cohen. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The Cardinals take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
On second down and 4. Murray. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. It's Jeffrey Simmons that time who got in to record the sack. You never want to give up a sack. And from the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down. Shotgun now for Murray. He's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. First down, Murray. And he completes it to Hunt. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Right back to him for 10 more and a first.
First and 10 at the 49-yard.
Murray now on first down. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. How big is that penalty? Wipe out the INT.
You'd hate to be the teammate that caused that penalty and wiped out the interception. You got to face that guy in the locker room. Not a lot of fun for you, and you hurt your squad.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
7-yard line. A 7-yard pickup.
From the 27, Murray gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Third down turns to first with that 5-yard pickup.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
The Cardinals into the red zone for the first time. First and 10 at the 19. Out of the gun, here's Murray. That one is caught by Hunt. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While he gets attended to, we'll step aside. And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal.
No gain on the play. Leads to 2nd and goal.
They'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. The 2nd down play not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. And again, they'll go right back to their fullback. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. It's the fullback with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Cardinals are just an extra point away from tying this game. Well, if at first you don't succeed, try again. They go to the big man. 2nd time he gets it done.
Almost as if they were feeling like he was establishing a rhythm. Give it to him again and again, and how about the end result? Finishes it off in the end zone.
Touchdown, great run, and the score. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. So I'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. Now Cook hit and he lost the football. And the Cardinals have got it going the other way. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
They'll run for the first time with Tariq Cohen. Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Here's Murray. Open man is Howard, the tight end. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
That was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the gun, Murray. And he finds Howard complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent gain. 2nd and 2, 1st down marker at the 8. Operating from the gun, Murray. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. From 10 yards out. And the Cardinals have taken the lead.
And no matter how it comes about, when you get good field position, you have to make the defense pay. Short fields usually make for good offense.
Out for the PAT, here's Sloman. it's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. A drive there of just 4 plays. And the Cardinals cap it with a touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
25-yard line.
And now out comes Minnesota. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
You know, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Gain of 9.
The numbers for him from a week ago: 7 catches, 100 yards on the nose, and a score.
That was a nice job there pulling that one in. Now, this is an offense that will certainly spread the ball around a bit, and this is a guy that defenses had better focus on.
Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Cook. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score.
Cardinals 14, Vikings 7.
Here's 2nd and 8. Setting up the screen for Cook. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's 3rd down. So nothing there on the screen that time.
That means all that great acting they tried on offense went for naught, didn't it? Because you have to try and influence them. Make them think that you're doing something else. Make them think that they can get to the passer by letting them by and then setting up the screen and getting downfield. Didn't happen at all. Give a lot of credit to the defense for not tumbling to that one.
Give them 18 there and give the Vikings a 1st down.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target, and he didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, you know, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. After the turnover, here's Murray. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Murray. They'll roll him out right. And he's going to keep it. Murray fighting. Lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
Minnesota.
You think about it, Charles, this is not a quarterback that's used to running the football a lot. In that time, he was loose with it, had it knocked free.
He always has to think to himself that there's always going to be traffic around because of what you just said. Not that elusive, not going to get into the open field very often. Remember, he's not Lamar Jackson, not Michael Vick back in the day. Always has to protect the football because there's always going to be people around.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
On the carry, it's Cook. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
6-yard line. It's a gain of a yard.
And on 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
Now, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
First down. It's Cook. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
Offense.
Come on, man. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block would be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
This one brought in by Jefferson.
The pass.
7 yards on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
On 2nd down, it's Cook. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
No gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's got his man on the out route.
The pass.
And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. They'll try it now with Swift. And he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. He needed 2, but he doesn't come anywhere close. And the Cardinal defense is going to get the football back. So they'll trudge off the field with a bitter taste in their mouths after that failed 4th down conversion.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of analysis there on the sidelines. Was it the right call? Was it against the right defense? Should they have even gone for it at all? Will that change what they do going forward in this game? A lot of questions to be answered by them. The defense doesn't really care. They're like, bring it on again. We'll stop you the next time, too.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game. Offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Here comes the Cardinals punter now. Standing right on his own 5-yard line. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. And they call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach. because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board, so let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. 11 yards there, first down.
And the Vikings first.
They run, Cook. And he's going to be met at about the 43. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
Now this throw caught left side. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 28. It'll be a gain of 16 for number 16.
Well, one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
They'll look to throw here on first down. To Jefferson on the slant. And down inside the 15 he goes. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
First down.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. They go back to the ground, this time Swift. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought...
And they finally get to him as he's taken down. He hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
Now Kyler Murray ready to get back under center. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. From the gun, Murray. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Murray going to throw. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards. Well, that certainly changes things.
Yeah, I think the thought process is they take this lead into the locker room, run something simple here and run the clock out. Instead, they get the big play. Now they have a chance to increase what they've done in the first half.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
It's 2nd down and 10.
To throw again, Murray. The screen pass here to Cohen. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. Now Murray again, and he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing on first down is Murray. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd, as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Murray to air it out again. This will be caught at about the 6. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 6-yard line.
To throw again on 2nd down, Murray.
Murray's
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Again, they'll throw with Murray. This Minnesota D up to the task on the 3rd down pass play.
Sam Sloman on for the field goal. A 23-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10.
Vikings 10.
Still a little bit of time left here in the 2nd quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
At their own 30-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
They'll bring out 4 receivers. 3 of them being sent to the left, 1 to the right, 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4.
He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks. And welcome in everybody to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Time for a look around the NFL here in Week 3 of the new year. We'll get started up at Lucas Oil Stadium in the capital city of Indianapolis, where it was the Colts who were able to come away with the home victory. A 2-touchdown victory, 31-17, the final. From there, let's get over to the Rockies and check out the Broncos at home in Denver. And they've got the lead in their ball game over the visiting New Orleans Saints. Drew Lock, 2 touchdown passes thus far. Lastly, let's motor up to the Motor City. See what's happening with the Lions at home at Ford Field. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Green Bay Packers. 23-10, your final score. In the game you're watching, it was the former #1 overall selection, Kyler Murray, who put on an absolute show. He's thrown for close to 200 yards.
The Cards with the lead, and they will get this as the second half gets started. Here's Cohen now to return. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 26.
So here are the Cardinals to take over. They were losers last week to Carolina, but they've got the lead here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. From the gun, Murray. Caught left side, Hopkins. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Brings up
when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
On 2nd down now, it's Hunt. 2 yards, good enough for first. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Shotgun now from Murray. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down.
3rd down and 7.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete. So it would appear they will not be able to add to their lead on this opening drive in the 2nd half.
Yeah, if another touchdown was scored there, now we're talking about a 2-score game, and they're probably on their way of creating an excellent gap between them and their pursuers. But how about the defense there, able to step up and keep themselves in this one?
Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Their defense just came up with a stop right out of the locker room, and now can the offense take advantage?
Yeah, we don't want to turn this into something that it's not. It's only a 1-score game, so it's not exactly a crucial possession. But at the same time, they'd like to get things started and at least come away with 3 points.
You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you, because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play, because that's been an issue for them in this game.
The handoff to
4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
A gain of 4. And it's 3rd.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
43 yards on the punt, return of 4, and out will come the offense as they take over. Kyler Murray going to lead the Cardinals back out on offense. He's been pretty solid, pretty consistent, just the 1 touchdown pass, but I think he's managed the game well, no?
I would agree with you, and that's what you're looking for out of your field leader, making sure that you're playing well and not making any big mistakes. Oftentimes, that's how you're judged. How big a mistake and when it occurs. No interception so far. Don't like that.
I just wanted you to know that you agreeing with me, that's going to get me through this 3rd and 4th quarter. Are you touched? He's patting his heart, boys and girls. He's touched.
Respect.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down, and he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 45.
On the run, this is Hunt. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
First and 10.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. On the delay, here's Hunt. A tough run gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends, who you would think could absorb that contact. Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. Here's Hunt. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Kareem Hunt, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cardinals now adding on to their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
And the lead is up to 14. So that drive in total 8 plays. And Kareem Hunt, the one to finish it off as he did so with a touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this carries into the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
Complete to number 85. A gain of...
Well, we can talk about it like it's just a basic route, but how about the timing on this one? Lined up on the right, runs a deep in route, and how about the throw? Right on the money. Bam, puts it right in there and on his hands. Nice completion, really good pickup.
Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Complete, Jefferson the target. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Now a look at Smith. Not sure exactly what happened, but he's still down. We'll check on his status when we get back. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 36. Now Cook. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. He'll look to throw. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. Gave a glimpse of his quick feet, but not a whole lot of space down at the 30. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this.
And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line.
The beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This will be kicked from the 42. It's a 52-yard attempt. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
Vikings 10.
Kareem Hunt and the rest of the offense making their way back out there. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, that leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a 2nd time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage, and again, that 2nd score here in the 3rd quarter.
Complete.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at their 48.
Out of the gun, here's Murray. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and
from the gun on 3rd down, Murray. He can run for it, and he will. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first.
Now, that was a whole lot of open space out in front of him, wasn't it? I'm telling you, Brandon, when things are going right, they are going right.
And everything has been going their way for the most part. I saw that lane start to develop. Boom. He took advantage of it. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Single. Watch one.
On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And he'll slice his way down to the 30 with a pickup of 7.
the ball carrier.
A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Now Murray off play action. He'll buy some time right. He'll try and run it.
Kyler Murray. That's good for a Cardinals.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier in this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. A carry here for Hunt. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
The ball carrier.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. And the Cardinals are going to have a 1st and goal as he's able to take this inside the 10 to the 8. get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. And now Murray's going to set up to throw. Rolling to his right. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And the Vikings pick up the football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. They trail by 2 scores in the 4th, and their defense did its job getting the fumble recovery. And time to see what this offense has left in the tank. They start the drive with Cook. They find some open field here. And they finally take him down, but not before he reaches the 43. A big play there out of Cook. Give him 55 yards on the ground. What a big run there. Defense is probably thinking, hey, let's pin him deep. Not the case.
You're exactly right. When I played, we used to have a defensive coordinator in these situations who would call the defense and tag onto it, get a safety, push them back. And sometimes you overcommit on defense, and it worked against them in this play. Offense worked it out very, very well.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the fumble recovery leads to 6 points for the Vikings. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
The extra point up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Now Kyler Murray ready to get back under center. And right now, probably just one thing in his mind. It's getting back to the hot start because he's really faded.
And ordinarily when that happens, the quarterback, as you know, is usually the leader of the squad. Now there's probably a silent camaraderie that comes around him saying, hey, guess what? We got you. Don't worry about it. Let's go, big fella. Because they know more times than not, he tends to pick things up, and they tend to play well.
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. A gain of 6 there on first.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
On 1st down, they go right back to Hunt. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, it's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, kind of just took his medicine there and took.
And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. James Lynch able to collapse the pocket, get to him, and drop him for a loss of a yard. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
Well, that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, Murray. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Andrew Billings, he's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
Here comes the Cardinals punter now as he's on here to punt it away. This is taken at the 15. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Dalvin Cook taking the field for the Vikings' next possession. After some early struggles running the ball, they've really picked it up. Early it just seemed like there were no holes there. Now all of a sudden the holes seem to be there. I don't know if that's just my imagination.
And give them credit that they kept their confidence, because sometimes when you get stuffed big in the running game early, especially for an entire half, it really makes you retreat a little bit, but not this group. They always have the confidence that they just get their assignments down, they get in sync with their runners, and off they went.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted, picked off at about the 31, and they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they run it with Hunt. He will push his way down to about the 14.
Hunt, the ball carrier.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
14-yard line. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd.
On the option, it's Murray. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
No gain on the play. It's now 3rd and 8.
Now Murray. This will be caught at about the 5. That's good. And the Cardinals are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll try to run with Hunt, and he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Kareem Hunt, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Cards use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
And the lead is up to 14. So that drive, 4 plays. And Kareem Hunt, the one to finish it off, as he did so with a touchdown run.
17.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
1st and 10. at their own 28-yard line.
Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. With his guys trailing here in the fourth, he can ill afford a repeat of the interception that ended the last drive.
Yeah, you're 2 scores down. You take it upon yourself now to play perfect or near perfect football if you want to get your team back into the game. But it's also tough to do when you're trying to avoid errors, yet still play perfect football.
Looking left sideline, it's complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. This one brought in by Jefferson.
The pass.
7 yards, the pickup there. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And the Vikings,
they'll look to throw now on first down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. That catch good for only a couple. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
The Vikings on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his 2nd of the game. Instead, 4th down.
brings up 4th down.
They'll run for it. Cook. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. Dalvin Cook turned away on 4th down. And the Cardinal defense is going to get the football back. So still over 3 minutes remaining in this game, but boy, not getting that one that hurt.
That's a little bit demoralizing, so they have to be careful about that because still have an opportunity if they can get some things done on defense. But now, since they've taken over on downs, a team with the ball, guess what? Going to 4-minute offense, maybe they can put this thing away.
16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
They'll run it here with Hunt. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line.
Ball carrier.
Now the tackle that time by James Lynch. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. They'll try to run for the 1st down with Hunt. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now it's Hunt. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They run with Hunt. And he'll be taken down at the 34.
Ball carrier.
Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. This is Hunt. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 4, and that should just about seal the deal.
I got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be giving a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Down to a knee goes Murray, as that will just about wrap this thing up. So with that neat 3 weeks in the books, and they creep above 500 now at 2-1.
You know, I played with a guy once after taking a knee at the end of the game, and he came in and grabbed the equipment manager and said, make sure you wash that spot, you know, special, because I just took a knee for a win. That tells you how much guys enjoy that, because getting a win, no one takes it for granted.
17.
And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for Arizona, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll get a home date next week against the Detroit Lions. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.